This is Jay Teaches Reading for All, Lesson 59 on homophones. And students, you're going to find out if you figured it out as to what homophones really are. In the last lesson, Jay was not paying attention to his camera and was not giving some pages full coverage. One was a true and false that I cut off, and the other was how to order the hard copy of my book. And I said that my book has approximately 125 pages in it, and that it comes with 9 CDs. So there at the end, there they are. Now, what I failed to get on camera is all the information that you need. You need to send me a letter to Post Office Box 581, Interlachen, Florida, 32148, and include a check or money order made out to me, Jay Shutt, $28 if you live in the United States, $35 if you live in another country, to help cover the costs of shipping. So that was a little hard to follow in the last lesson because I had this bottom part cut off. I think I had it cut off somewhere right across here. You couldn't see Interlachen very well, and the rest of the information below that was completely off screen. Now we're going to review the last 3 lessons. We have lesson 56, in which we were adding ing to words with long vowels, and of course when we do that, we do not double the consonant. We just drop the E and add the ing ending. Students, say these before I do. Rake, raking. Shave, shaving. Drive, driving. Shine, shining. Joke, joking. Smoke, smoking. Lube, lubing. Teachers, if you think it would be helpful for students to read these to you, go ahead and press pause and have them do that. Here are the true and false sentences that go with lesson 56. Have students read these to you, teachers, and press pause. In lesson 57, we added ing to words that already end in ing. So, students, say these before I do. Ring, ringing. Sting, stinging. Cling, clinging. Bring, bringing. Swing, swinging. Fling, flinging. String, stringing. Again, teachers, have students read these to you if you think it will be helpful. Press pause if you're going to do that. Our last lesson was lesson 58, in which we looked at words that have AI or AY in them, and these two combinations usually sound like long AA, like in rain and pray. Students, say these before I do. Air, hair, fair, made, braid, paid, raid, gain, main, pain, rain, tail, fail, hail, sail, say, hey, jay, ray, pray, play, gray. And I forgot to mention that last time I presented this sound out sheet with the clues, picture clues and a word clue, for the students to review sounds of letter combinations. It was too small to see even on the expanded full screen, but maybe if I hold it close to the camera, teachers, if you want to use this, you can just press pause, and if it turns out to be large enough, you can use this as a quick review to review the sounds of letter combinations for the students. And, it only takes really less than a minute to do that, and it might be helpful. So press pause if you want to do that with the students. And I'll make this available at the beginning of the rest of the lessons for those that want to use it. Now, if you think it'll be helpful for students to read these words to you, go ahead and press pause and have them do that. Here are the true and false that go with lesson 58. Have students read these to you, teachers. Press pause. And now we get to homophones. As it turns out, I did not get my homophone page out of the file, so I'm going to have to do that. Here it is. So, what is a homophone? A homophone is a word that sounds exactly like another word. Like we had these for examples, fair and fair, but they're spelled differently. So you can imagine that students from another country who are learning English, they might have a little bit of difficulty with this. In fact, our beginner learners may have difficulty with this as well, but it's something that we have to learn in English. This word fair gets its long A, fair, from the AI. This word fair gets its long A from the silent E at the end, making the A long. And here are the words: male, male, vain, vain, fair, fair, maid, maid, sail, sail. Now, these words sound the same, they're spelled differently, and they also have different meanings. This kind of mail is what you do with a letter when you take it to the post office. You mail the letter. Or if you receive letters or packages, then you receive mail. So it can be used that way as well. Male, M-A-L-E, is a boy or a man. This kind of vain, V-A-I-N, is the kind where somebody is really snooty. They think they're better than other people, that they're vain. This kind of vain is some kind of a material that is mounted on a pole and shows the direction, a movable pole that shows the direction of the wind. So we often call it a weather vane. These two words we've had before, fair and fair. This kind of fair, F-A-I-R, might be like a carnival type where we have animals and games and food and entertainment. Also, it could mean fair, meaning being honest, like you play fair in a game. Also, one I didn't mention, it could refer to beauty. Often when a beautiful woman is being described, she might be described as fair. This kind of fair, F-A-R-E, is the kind where you pay money to use something or do something, like ride a bus or airplane, taxi, or you're on a toll road and you have to pay for the use of that road. You pay a fare for that. Maid, M-A-I-D, is a housekeeper. Made, M-A-D-E, means you produce something. So you made a paper airplane. You formed it and you made it. This kind of sail, S-A-I-L, is a canvas sheet, or it may be made out of some other material, large sheet that is mounted on sailboats to move them along in the wind. This kind of sail, S-A-L-E, is a offering at a reduced price, maybe at a garage sale, or a store might have a sale, so they're offering their products at a lower price. So it's on sale. Okay, now I'd like for you teachers to press pause and have the students read these words to you. And I'm going to hide the true and false. While they do that, press pause. Now I'd like you to have the students read the true and false sentences, reading the sentence first silently to themselves and giving you a true and false answer, then reading it out loud and giving you a final true and false answer with a reason. Press pause. Okay, my answers. Mitch is 75. Mitch has gray hair. Well, I'm 74 and I've got gray hair, so I'd definitely put true there. It's possible. Number 2, Tommy paid the fare. Quinn had no cash. This could be true because a fare is something that you have to pay in order to use something, and Quinn may not have had any money to pay the fare. So I'd say this is a possible true. Number 3, Tanya made sails that the ship can use. Well, if she's a sailmaker, I guess it's possible. It's pretty tough for one person, though, and if the student realizes that making full-size sails for a full-size sailboat is a pretty tough job, they might put false. I don't know if a younger student would realize that. Probably not. So it could go either way. Number 4, Betty is stuck up. Betty is vain. This is true because stuck up is kind of a slang expression that we use for vain. It's somebody who thinks that they're better than other people. Sometimes we describe these people as going around with their nose in the air, thinking that they're too good to associate with the rest of us, so to speak. All right. Now, we're going to get ready for the next lesson, which is going to be lesson 60. And in lesson 60, we're going to look at combinations of letters, again, that make a long vowel sound. In this case, words that have EE make the long E sound, usually. C, B, beet. This is a red veggie, a red vegetable, beet. There's another kind of beet. And EA combination, which I did not underline, the EA combination, eat and meat, often make the long E sound. If you have a Y at the end of a longer word, and we've had this before, I believe, it almost always sounds like a long E. That's sunny and funny. And then E at the end of a very short word usually sounds like a long E. Instead of being silent, it makes the long E sound. He, she, me. And it suddenly struck me that I may not have reminded you to do a spelling test on the words for lesson 59. So you may not have done it, but I would like you to do the spelling test. If you haven't done it, you might have just gone ahead and done it anyway, realizing that Jay forgets sometimes. Matter of fact, I hope that on the true and false, I did get the entire true and false in on the page that I did not get in last time, which was about the blue jay swinging its tail. So I'm going to go back again. It's a little crazy, but it happens in my life regularly. Going back and redoing what I forgot to do the first time. So this sentence, the blue jay sang a song swinging its tail, I cut off the first time we went through this, and I may have cut it off this time as well. I'm not sure. I have to check out the video to see if I did it again the second time. But there it is. And if you want, teachers, you can have your student read the whole thing if they were unable to do so earlier. So you can press pause and do that if you want. But now back to the spelling test. I would pick 2 or 3 of these pairs. I've got 2 listed here, male and male, maid and maid. I'd probably do another pair if I was teaching this to a student, and it doesn't really matter. I'd probably do those two. But it's your choice. If you want to do them all, of course, it's not going to take much longer. So if you haven't already, press pause and do the spelling test. All right, so we're kind of out of sync here. I'm kind of out of sync. I'm got you all possibly out of sync. But a reminder that our next lesson is going to be the long E sound. And we've got 4 ways to make that long E sound. So lots of ways there. And we'll be practicing those in lesson 60. See you there.